my friend, welcome to today's video. Today I want to give you a real life example of how to turn any state, and you could say a depressed state even, as one of the lowest frequential states, into a state of bliss. Now, the reason why I'm making this video is because today I pretty much felt like shit. I woke up, I didn't have a good sleep, had weird dreams, had some drinks yesterday evening, not too much, but still that my system was like, ugh. Whatever, the food I never was like not really nourishing to me. So this morning, even though I had like a little meditation, it was nice, I recognized that I existed, still felt there was like this heavy blanket over me, which is a state that I'm very familiar with. You can call it depression or like just deep tiredness, like you just don't feel like you want to deal with anything. But we are not a victim to this state. And this is what I want you to get from this video, is that we're never, ever a victim to our state. We're always a master of our state. But we haven't been taught this. So that's why I'm making this video. How you can actually just shift your state and actually like that. And the first step is always though to accept how you feel. Because if there's still some resistance to you feeling sad or you feeling depressed or any other state that you would like to transform, by resisting it, as the famous quote goes, it will persist. So first step is just accept, just fully feel the tiredness, the anxiety, whatever that state radiates, feel it. Feel it completely. Accept it as it is and see that also the I am, your own awareness, has already accepted it. So if you feel like, oh, I just can't accept it, there's so much resistance, just remember that your true self, who is watching this right now, who is aware of this moment, which is actually just you, has already accepted it. So you don't even need to accept it. It's just about letting go of your resistance towards it. But so, once you have accepted it, then you can transform it. But how do we transform it after we accepted it? By just bringing some lightheartedness to it, some light. Maybe like you would cheer up a friend that is depressed. You would first let them know it's okay, it's fine, but then maybe you make a little joke. Or you do something weird, or just something out of the box. Something that you wouldn't be used to, like all of a sudden put your arms in the air, start cheering, or put a smile on your face. It is these things, also using your body language, that can transform your state. You cannot be depressed if you're standing like this. You can try it, but it won't work. And these are subtle techniques in which you can change your attitude. And the attitude towards being depressed, sad, or anxious can greatly shift the state. But the beauty is it doesn't even need to change. You can be lighthearted, you can be joyful, you can do something silly, but without the attachment that something needs to change. It's just that you are setting a new tone. You're approaching it in a different way. You're not approaching the depression with depression. You're not approaching anxiety with anxiety. You're responding to it. You're being a responsible creator. Your ability to respond to it in a conscious, responsible way changes. Your attitude towards whatever is arising, even if we label those things as negative, horrible, changes. And in that attitude is your power. And then slowly but surely you can start to amp yourself up. You can be like, it's okay, just breathe deeply. There's so many things to be grateful for. And I noticed that in my case, even when it's something that's like a little bit heavier or a lot of dense energy is connected to it. You just take your time. You just gently amp it up. Like, hey, come on, okay, stand a little bit taller, relax, maybe think about something funny, or think about a good friend of yours, or think about something that you're grateful for, that you even get to have these struggles. Maybe for some people this helps, like seeing it in a relative light. It's not even that bad. I'm not in a war zone. I have food, I have a roof over my head, I have friends that I can call, I have this, I have that. Oh, okay, maybe it's not that bad. Maybe it's just a habit of my mind to be like, oh no, I can't do this, this is happening. And it's great to recognize these states and then recognize your freedom from it. Recognize that you are, and that you have the ability to choose your acts. And it doesn't have to switch instantly. Even though I want you to be open to that as well. I've had many times where I was like just in a bad mood, and then all of a sudden I was like, what am I doing? Fuck this. I don't need to feel like this. I can feel good. I choose to feel good. I choose to feel grateful. And then, okay, I actually switched my state. It was just literally in the blink of an eye. At the snap of a finger, you can change your state. But this takes some practice, because we have practiced the opposite for so long, being a victim of our own state. Now to become the creator of your own state of how you feel might take some starting up the engine again, getting in the groove again, learning how to pick your attitude, pick your vibration. But this is definitely possible, and the more you do this, the more responsible you become, in terms of you become more able to choose your state of being. And then you can be confident in any situation, even if you're still feeling to some extent you had bad sleep or sore muscles or something else really horrible happened. It doesn't matter. You are the master of your state always. And this comes before anything else. You get to choose how you want to feel, what your attitude is towards any situation. And the attitude that I recommend is just your your truest, most authentic attitude that you can muster in that moment. Even when it's an attitude of honesty, like, hey guys, I'm feeling fucking depressed, I'm not feeling good, I need someone to cheer me up. That is a powerful attitude, which is already a lot of steps up from being like, no, I'm okay, it's okay, I'll just sit in a corner and deal with this myself. And how is that working out for you? Sometimes you just need to try some different things, spark some new angles, shoot some shit, as some people say. Just try out some things, throw some things at the wall and see what sticks. And something that might work one time, it might not work another time. But you always get to choose your attitude. This is a freedom that no one can take away from you. I've mentioned this person before, but he is such a powerful example of it. It's Viktor Frankl. He was in the concentration camps, and he also wrote a book, very powerful book. I recommend it, Man's Search for Meaning. And he also showed that as long all your freedoms can be taken away, but there's one freedom that can never be taken away, and you can sort of call it your humanity or your integrity or your ability to choose your attitude in any given circumstance. So if he could do it in that circumstance, we can do it also in any situation in our life. We can decide how we want to feel. Regardless, and this is a little bit paradoxical, of how we already feel. You can still choose your attitude to how you feel, whether that's a positive state, a negative state. You get to decide. And train that muscle. Train that creator muscle. So that next time you get with the wrong leg out of bed, I think that's in English, that you're alright. It doesn't matter. Even if you feel bad or something happened that you didn't like, or you feel like you're in a really negative, downward spiraling move, you can change your state. Little steps, big steps, whatever the moment calls for. But you know that you're the creator of your state of being, of your attitude. So choose something that truly resonates. Find something that at any moment you can pick a higher vibration, a better thinking thought. And you can just gently ascend on that ladder of vibration. Maybe, like we said, you first feel really heavy, depressed, maybe even shameful. All right, maybe it's good to admit or show some sign of even anger. Fuck, I don't want to feel like this. Or maybe some forgiveness or even sadness. I don't have the exact hierarchy, and I also don't want you to take it too literally, but just when you find yourself in a state, find the state that is above it. Find the state that is above it. And learn to ascend on that ladder. If you're feeling insecure, maybe one step up would be to have some hope and maybe some motivation. And then the next step would be to actually choose to have confidence in yourself. And then the next step would be to be convinced that you got this. But again, these are all different steps. You want to take this in your own pace. At the same time, also push yourself a little bit to see how far you can take it. But this is like any exercise, like any strengthening of the muscle. You get stronger, you get better, you master the art through practice. Yes, I think that's it for today's video. And just to show you the power, because it does take some willpower, you could say, because it's easy to stay in a victim state. It takes sometimes less energy, or it's just, oh, poor me. That is a lot of the times more easy, more comfortable than to be like, no, I'm the creator. I choose how I wish to feel. I choose to feel great in any circumstance. I am the creator of this dream. I don't have to play a little victim. I can actually choose with my heart, with my being. I can choose. I'm gonna feel X. No matter what, I'm gonna choose this vibration. I'm gonna have this be my attitude no matter what. And then, you can feel just the depression, the sadness, the anxiety slowly fading away. Just by you taking responsibility, how you feel. And this is what I want to inspire in you, just this fire, just this knowing, but at the same time this gentleness, just this conviction that you know that you can choose. Always your attitude in any situation, and this is where your power lies, and also where I recommend your priority lies. Because then you can transform, you can transmute any state. Be it the most heavy, depressed state, you can bring some light to it. And the beauty in this is that when you get to do this with yourself, then you can also guide others. Or in a maybe heavy, tired, depressed, anxious state, you can gently guide them out of it. Like, hey, did you think about this? Do you know that you can rely on this? Did you know that you are? Hey, did you think about all the times that you did manage to do this one thing, or that you did manage to be confident? And in this way, we can trick or glitch or just be honest with ourselves and align with our heart, with our essence. Stay true, my friends. Take it step by step, but realize that you are never, ever a victim of any state. You are the master of your state. And right now starts the moment in which you practice and learn to master it. Feel free to drop any comments you have down below. Make sure to like, subscribe, but most important, stay true.